Do you ever ask yourself, what do you actually know? Or do you just presume that everything you know is true to begin with? Today I want to point you to a video that I watched twice this year, which is about statistics on world population. And in this video there's also the topics of pollution, how much money people make around the world, as well as the data on how literate the world is and how much percentage-wise people, like how many people can read versus not read. And I'm pointing you to this video because it was something that was incredibly mind-blowing for me to kind of like get data on aspects of life or aspects of this society and human planet or planet in general that I would have never guessed that way that they were presented, and assuming that they are correct based on the data that was presented, it's just mind-blowing to me. And I don't want to kind of like spoil you on what the video actually reveals and what kind of numbers there are, but it's something to kind of like learn and see that oftentimes whenever we are in school or in university, the things we know may or may not be true a year from now. And the same thing goes for the things that our parents teach us if we have the chance to get that kind of education. There's things that are passed down through generations from the grandparents to the parents, and then the experience from that will be passed down to the next generation, which in my case would be me, that the information may actually be 60, 70, 80 years old. And that is far gone from where we are today. It's situations like these that can bring misunderstandings in a major way, or assumptions about generations, about societal minorities, or people around the world that don't get updated because there's someone somewhere who might have transported an information package to you. And that was maybe expressed verbally, maybe it was expressed in making faces or just expressing some distaste against something, or also taste for something. And those kind of things need updating over time. And it's science that can help us with those updates in many ways. For example, statistics can help paint a new picture of the world, of literacy or illiteracy around the world. And it also can paint a picture in terms of the childbirth rate around the world, what impact we will have on the world in terms of carbon dioxide, who is using carbon dioxide, and what things are healthy, what things are not healthy. All kinds of information can bring those things to the surface and can bring a new understanding that wasn't there in the first place. And I think that's a great thing that we can have that update. And with the things like open internet and free resources and universities online that teach us so many things, when you have TED Talks and you have Think Global School, like you have platforms at your disposal. There's so much out there where information gets revised and new things get shared. And this for me brings a much, much more positive outlook to the world than it is if I look into the information that I have from generations before and negativity that I don't really need anymore. Oftentimes the people that provide you with the information, that people that provided me with certain kinds of information, they don't really know that they're doing that. And it's not really something that we can blame them for. It's just something that we can look at from a new standpoint and a new perspective. Years ago, I heard this scientific experiment that is with monkeys in a cage, and there's a basket of bananas on top of a climbable tree, like they can reach it. But what happens is that they always get sprayed with water whenever they go near that basket of bananas. After a certain amount of time, none of the monkeys tries anymore because they all have been sprayed with water and they didn't like it, so they did stop going up that climbable tree to get any bananas. Now you start replacing the monkeys, and what happens, you just take one out and then you put a new one in there, and that one monkey will start climbing up the tree to the bananas because he thinks, oh, that's great. But what happens is the other monkeys start pulling him down before he even gets sprayed with the water. So he immediately learns that that's a bad idea. You do that a couple of times, eventually all the monkeys are replaced, and at that point, none of the monkeys will go up to that banana basket, even though none of them has ever been sprayed with water. I don't know where exactly I got that information from. It probably was some scientific research project a couple of years ago, but it exactly showcases what I mean with updated information. We don't have the current information. Is there actually something bad going to happen if I go up that tree to get a banana myself? Because just because someone pulled me down and taught me that there is no banana, or like I shouldn't go up there, should I not maybe try? And we can just transform this information in other areas of our lives where it's about connecting with humans that maybe we were taught that are bad for us. It's about trying foods that are different from what we ate at home. And it's about just being open-minded to new ideas and new information overall. I want to leave you with this thought that the video that I watched is really, really good, and I'm linking it in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. It's about statistics that change the world or that give you a new view on the world, and it's incredibly powerful to reset that information in your brain, or at least it was for me. So take a look at that and share in the comments down below what you have maybe updated in your own experience versus what you have been taught at school or by your parents, by your grandparents. Or maybe you don't have that experience at all and you think that everything should stay very strict in everything and there's no updating whatsoever. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think about that, and I will see you in another video. Have a good one. Bye.